presence this afternoon, and thank you for being here. As I'm sitting back there and watching what played out, you know, it's life. And so like what Selena had mentioned, health is really number one. As you witness, as we witness what took place the last 4 years, it's really, I really believe that we come to a point of waking up to all the paradigms and all the conditioning we've been told. And so I've been an entrepreneur, as you saw in the video, for 31 years. And the reason why I want to come out at age 59 to lead a project is I believe we're living in times of great change. That we together collectively needed to be the beacon of light. That humanity right now needs more than ever is hope. It's a solution. And it's a different way of looking at life, a different way of doing things. And so I am really grateful that I have a group of entrepreneurs that, you know, willing and to chose to be a part of this project. That this project is unlike anything ever have been done in this space. That I have a group of over 40 people who has made millions in this industry. They have decided that, you know what, I want to be a part of this project. And when they all chose to become this project, at that time, like Patrick had mentioned, they didn't know the name of the company, they didn't know the product, they didn't know the compensation plan. So we were known back then was the 3 no's. And who would have thought that the company name is called 3? And it's the 3 yeses. The yes of things is very important to us as humanity. Number 1, to me, what 3 means is number 1, physical wellness. Number 2, financial wellness. And number 3, which is the most important part of all, is spiritual wellness. I think in this world that perhaps you have seen people that have amassed financial wealth. But many people I've known, I've seen that they might have financial wealth, but they're spiritually broke. And so I think it's coming to a time and space that right now we all should evaluate and look at where we are in life. And so what I'd like to do today, this afternoon, is a Super Saturday, we call it. It's interesting for me to observe. This is my I think this is my 10th or 11th day away from home. Almost 2 weeks away from home. And as I travel different parts of the world, the timing of doing business these days are very different than 10, 15 years ago. And more than ever, I think there's a stillness in people. Even though the outside landscape has changed, but there's something that awaits us to awaken, you know, beyond money, beyond business. And so what I'd like to do at this moment is I have built a PowerPoint for this talk because I think it's very important for you to really evaluate. Forget about the business model for a second. Just let's all of us authentically, open our heart and evaluate however many years you have lived. I have lived 59 years on planet Earth. But I wanted you to kind of evaluate where you are. And so allow me to show you a PowerPoint presentation. Thank you, Tina. So allow me to show you a PowerPoint presentation we prepared for you. And from there, we're going to talk about how to build a legacy and how to be a part of this entrepreneurial movement. So with that, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we were taught about money. Okay, is that okay if we talk about that? How we were taught. And this, I want you to, as you listen to this, I want you to really evaluate this thing called wealth. And why is it oftentimes, have you ever looked back and says, you know what? It seems like the wealthy people are the luckiest people, or they're luckier than other people. Have you ever thought about that? What I'm going to do today is I had the blessing of spending 31 years in this journey. I went from a broke entrepreneur, educated but broke entrepreneur, to have the blessing to go on entrepreneurship and have built a $14 billion brand with a group of friends. 14 billion with a B, okay? How many of you can say, you know, I actually have been in the presence with somebody that actually built a multi-billion-dollar company? If you haven't, today you have, because there's a group of us that have built a multi-billion-dollar company. It's one thing when you're able to build a $1 million company or multi-million. But when you have the blessing and the opportunity to build a multi-billion-dollar company, that's very rare in a lifetime. But you know what's even more rare? Is that to have the opportunity to do it the second time around. That's what this project is all about. And I could tell you, a lot of people who have made a lot of money, they go, you know what, I made a lot of money, I'm going to retire. I've been very blessed. I made a lot of money, but it's just how the universe works. At the time that we're living in right now, I felt called to come back out and do it one more time. Because humanity needs hope, and I was praying a line of product to mitigate some of the damage that took place the last couple of years. And so, the last course of 31 years, I learned a little bit about money. After I have the blessing of making millions of dollars, that I've gained a little wisdom about money. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share, to kind of reveal the wisdom and the little secrets about money. So with that, this is one of the most age-old saying. I don't care if you speak like Hokkien, Chinese, English. The age-old saying is what? Time is what? Money. 時間係咩啊？金錢, right? So this is like, I remember growing up, mom always told me that 時間就係金錢，唔好嘥時間, right? Or my grandmother, 時間就係金錢. This is the age-old saying. Well, have we ever really slowed down and think about why is that? So let's kind of explore how money I made in the past. And I want you to look at this. Wherever you are, you're sitting here today, okay? There's really 3 ways of making money, okay? In a major part. First way is working a job. By show of hands, how many of you work a job? Show of hands. So when you work a job, we're trading time for what? Money. If you stop working, what happened to your money? Money stops. So in the job scenario, what's the 2 elements that's required on your job to make money? It's what? Time and effort. So to make money at your job, you need to show up, your hour, right, your time, and you're going to put in effort, right? All right, so that's to make a job. Now, some people maybe through inheritance or maybe they save enough money, as most Asians, when you save money, they say, I want to become my own boss. What do people do when they have little money? They dream a little bigger, they want to do better, so what do? They will start their own business, right? So when you start your own business, what are the key elements that's required? Capital. So you have to invest what? Money. And then do you have to work? You have to invest time. And then what? Efforts. So to make money in the business, in your own business, 3 elements are required, right? What is that? Time, money, and what else? Efforts, right? So to make money, there's 3 elements. Now, some people, when they save a lot of money, or when they have made a lot of money, or make enough money that they don't need to put back in the business, then they encounter the 3rd way of making money, is that let money work for them through investments. So either you invest yourself, or when you have a lot of money, you will hire professionals to help you invest money. True or not true? So then your money, you will have money working for you. So in that scenario, in the investment category, what do you need to make money? Money. Money makes money, right? So let's take a look at the 3 ways of how this age-old formula, the 3 ways of making money: a job, a business, or having someone to invest your money. What is the common thread? What is the commonality among these 3 models? It's not a trick question, it's highlighted in green for you. So the 3 elements that's required to make money. I told you, there's going to be a little wisdom, a little experience about money. The wealth secret reviewed, okay? So the 3 critical elements to make money are what? Time, money, and efforts. Now, would you not agree with me? And doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how successful, how tall, how handsome, how beautiful, whatever. We all have these 3 elements. That's what? Limited, right? Because even though you are superhuman, what is the maximum number of hours you can work a day? 24. Even if you don't sleep, well, you won't last long if you work 24 hours a day every day. So that 3 elements is a limited. Absolutely. But that's what we were taught. These 3 common threads is what we use to create wealth. I really want you to think about wherever you are financially. No right or wrong, no judgment. Just look at where you are financially. Why are you where you are? Maybe perhaps a paradigm we were taught. My husband is a medical doctor in America. So he has his own medical practice. So in his medical practice, he's limited to the number of hours he can work, and also he's geographically bound. He works in Southern California. His practice is serving Southern California. So no matter how much money he makes doing the office hour at the medical practice is limited. Well, what if there's a business model, if you were to dream of something, if the genie comes over, if there's a way for you to magnify, to truly create wealth, what if you could multiply the number of hours available to you, your time? What if you can leverage and multiply the efforts that you have in your business or your job? And what if you have the opportunity to leverage money? What do I mean by that? Think about this. In Malaysia, do you guys have financing? When you buy a car or when you buy a house, do most people pay cash or they finance? Finance. When you finance, what are you doing? You're leveraging the bank's money to purchase a home. That's called leverage, right? You also, in return, you pay the bank an interest. Well, that's leveraging money. Well, what have you ever thought if there's a business platform whereby you can leverage people's time, money, and efforts? That's how wealth are created. That's what I've gained the last 31 years. It's just like I don't know, in Malaysia, you guys know this, do you know who's the first documented billionaire in America? Anybody want to take a guess? The first documented billionaire. His name is Mr. J. Paul Getty. There's a J. Paul Getty Museum in Southern California, in Malibu. And he said in his book, he said it the best. And I learned this 31 years ago when I first started in this industry. And he has said that, you know what? He'd rather have 1% effort from 100 different individuals than 100% effort from himself. What he's talking about is leverage. So what if there's a business platform that allows you to help yourself, you can help other people, at the same time, your product and services are of benefits, you are contributing benefits to mankind. How many of you like that? If truly there is a business platform that you can help yourself, okay? Whatever that might be, physical health, building financial freedom, okay? And in the journey of working it, you gain spiritual wellness. In the whole process of it, by doing so, you're also helping other people. And the product and services is of contribution, of benefits to mankind. How many of you are on a platform like that? Okay, now let's take a look at what kind of paradigm shift that would be. Most traditional, I want you to think about this. Most traditional business, I don't care if you own a hotel, or you own a cafe, or you own a massage, a spa. What's the business model and the traditional business model? What's the commonality? It's B2C, right? A business going out there and getting what? Customers. If you were to go to any business school, either in the Harvard Business School, or any of the well-known business school, most business people go, how do I go out there and increase my what? Customer base. How do I go increase my market share? If you're a business, do we have any business owner in the audience? Only people that owns a traditional business? Okay, 1, okay, 2, okay. So, 3, okay, all right. Now, if you're a traditional business, I don't care what kind of business you're in, most businesses have 2 main objectives. 1, getting more customers, right? 2, increase your bottom line profit. Most businesses, if you don't make money in the business, you won't be in the business, right? So, this is the age-old thing, is that most businesses, even business school, are looking for ways, how do we go from B to C and getting a lot of C? Well, we have the business model that disrupts that. How do we get the most C? I don't care what business. How do you get most C? What if there is a business platform that will empower the C, the customers, to become a B? If you are able now in a traditional business, let's say you own a cafe, That's one business, right? One B, right? One B. So you will have a lot of C's, right? Hopefully you have a lot of customers. Well, so how do you go about turning the customers to more customer? Is by empowering your C's to become a B. Then the B will go get more B, will go get more B, will go get more C, and more C, and more C. So by just shifting the focus, instead of just getting more customers, is empower individuals to become entrepreneurs. Then they can go get business, or they can go get customers. That is the model that I'm going to share with you. Well, actually, we'll show you by beautiful Selena. Okay, now, so that's number one. Number two, what if there's a business model that will allow an entrepreneur to leverage a system with minimal investments that they can actually start their own business? Let's think about this for yourself. Have you ever thought about starting a business? What prevents most entrepreneurs starting a business is what? Two things. One is what? Capital, money. Second thing is what? Know-how. I remember 31 years ago, well, this is now 32 years ago, when I got downsized from corporate America. So I was traveling around, I went to Asia, came back to Asia after many years being in America. So I love tea. So I thought, well, I'm going to come to Asia. I go to Vietnam, I go to different parts, and I want to learn about tea, so I want to start my own business. So as I wanted to do that, then I went to look for source for tea, and then the packaging, and then I wanted to talk to manufacturing. I realized, oh my gosh, if I don't have $25,000 to $50,000, forget about starting a business. So that kind of derailed me become an entrepreneur at that time for that business model. Well, what if there's a platform that you could leverage? You can leverage the resources and having someone else doing the heavy lifting. The reason I share all that with you is so that you have the right perception of what it is we're doing. Because times have changed. Whatever labeling people have of this platform is completely different. So I want to make sure I've done that part for you. Okay. Now the third part is that you can become a part of this called sharing economy. What does sharing economy means? That you have the ability by sharing it with other people, you can build a business. So we will have a three-win. The customer wins, the entrepreneur wins, and the platform, which is a provider, wins. So let me kind of explain to you what that is. A platform. What is a platform? If you and I were to start our own business, we would have to go make sure we hire people to do research and development, management, administrative, accounting, HR, human resources. Those are the heavy liftings. I know there are several business owners here, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I know my strength. My strength is not running a company. So I want to have a platform, a provider that will allow me to just participate, let someone do all the heavy lifting. In this case, what a platform provider is a provider. Just like, think about this. If you are a really talented singer, or you're a really talented dancer, all of us, I don't care how talented you are, we need a stage, a platform to work. So if you think about this, a platform is a provider that does all the infrastructure. So there's three, in this new business model, there's three elements that's required. Number one, a platform, which is a provider. Number two, participants. Who are the participants? You and I, entrepreneurs that want to participate in what this platform provider is doing, okay? And number three, is very important, very critical in any business. That is the system somebody would teach us on how to build this new business model. That's what we call the power of a system. Like I said, what prevents most people starting their own business is the knowledge, the know-how. Well, what if that there's a system in place, there's a platform in place, all you have to be willing to say, you know what, I want to participate in this, and I want to participate in this called sharing economy. Now, what's a sharing economy? You guys, you know what Uber is? I don't know if there's Uber here in Malaysia. Is there Uber in Malaysia? Lyft, Grab? Yeah, Grab, right? Okay, same thing. So in the past, think about before Grab came about. When you have a car, this is for you to go transportation. You're getting yourself from point A to point B. Well, now you have a vehicle. If you're part of Grab, you're a participant of Grab, you can now build a business. Now you can use your car to go from point A to point B, but by sharing your vehicle, you can make money. That's called sharing economy. Same thing, Airbnb. Many of you have a home. If you have a home in the past, that's your shelter. Well, some people say, you know what, I have an extra bedroom, or I have a back house, that I could offer that and rent it out. Then you are part of this sharing economy. That this is happening. Folks, times have changed so much that we really need to face what we have. And so when you have a proper understanding of what this model is, then you're like, okay, I'm part of this new wave. I'm part of this new paradigm of creating wealth. By having a platform, you're the participant, and a global system in which you learn, where you can grow, you can expand, and you can really be a part of this global economy. That's what we have here today. And I really hope that you grasp this concept, because, you know, we cannot guarantee how much money you will make here. You can make from zero to whatever your heart's desire. But one thing I will guarantee is this, that today you are at the ground floor opportunity, at the very beginning of a global entrepreneurial movement. With the line of products that Selena has shared, it's unparalleled in the industry. I have been in the wellness space for 31 years. Never ever have I seen a line of products that have to make impact to people's health like I've seen the last 17 months. In America, we have over 2,000 physicians, medical doctors that are aligning with us. They are participants in this platform, and they are called brand ambassadors like us. Why? Because the product is absolutely second to none. All right. So the platform here that Selena shared with you is called 3 International. Participant, you and I. You can choose to participate or you don't. It's all up to you. Last but not least, the power of the system is called Spark Global. And let me tell you that this is truly, I believe that in society, in the business landscape, every decade, every 2 decades, there's a unicorn project. Now, you know, back in America, a unicorn back in the days, before Uber became a thing, before Lyft became a thing, the unicorn project back at that time, it was Uber. Uber was a unicorn project when they were raising funds. So every so often, because of timing of society, because of technology, there's a unicorn project. I truly believe what you're looking at here today is a unicorn project. Not only in terms of the platform of technology, also leadership and experience. I could challenge you right now at this moment. You can look for any company in this space. You will never ever find the leadership we have in this company in such a short period of time. We have 40 people that are multi-million-dollar earners. Not only an earner in terms of money, but they have built massive international businesses before that we all decided to come together. There's just one network. As a group of us started doing that, we have actually the #1 worldwide leader in Mary Kay. A lady, bless you, a lady that's 82 years old. Christine Peterson. She goes, you know what? I want to be a part of this legacy project. We also recently have 2 incredible international builders that become a part of 3. I mean, the news information is spreading. So this is truly a unicorn project because the experience and the technology. Selena talked about, we just launched the world's first, in my opinion, the first proven on PDR, it's already listed in the online PDR, our neurocosmetic. I mean, just in 2 weeks, testimonials, results are showing. And some of you perhaps saw a video of my father, who's 98 years old. My dad's feet, you know? So I wasn't intending for that to go viral. It became viral. Like I was rubbing my dad's feet and all that. I didn't know it was gonna become viral in 3 hours. He had a little wound. In 3 hours, I literally watched that wound closed up. It's unreal. And so if you want to look at, I was a guinea pig when Dr. Dan Gubler was developing the serum. He was telling me that, the neural cosmetic, the neural, it's a neural thing, it creates a link in your brain to your skin or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever, just give me some samples. So I was a guinea pig. So in the beginning, I was using the tester on my left hand, the back of my left hand. If you were to look closer, now I put it on both. But still, I hasn't quite catch up. Now in America, I don't have a driver. I'm more like into freedom, so I like to drive everything by myself. And so the driver's side is on the left side. So my left hand is exposed to the sun a lot more than my right hand. And so I put a lot of the tester on my left hand. If you look closer, you can probably see from afar. These marks here is a lot darker than here. This is almost gone. And so I said, I need to now multitask. I need to put a lot more in this hand than this hand. So, the results are astounding. Not only in it just, I'm a very high performer, meaning I work many hours. And typically, especially when I travel, I wake up 4:30 every morning. And I'm so happy. Ever since I've been putting the serum on, I now get to sleep until 7:30. This morning, I got to sleep until 8:30. So I go, wow, that's incredible. That helps me in my sleep. So anyway, so the product helps mankind. You have a business platform that can help you. At the same time, in order for you to become successful, you have to help other people to become successful. Is that what Zig Ziglar said? When you help enough people to get what they want, you will get what you want. And so I hope that this little PowerPoint give you a little overview of what this business platform is. The platform is 3. Participants are you and I, okay? And so the System Spark logo, that we have all the tools. The company has tools in your back office. We also have tools in our YouTube channel that will guide you, either from the beginning, how to talk to people, or what we call new distributor orientation. Let's say you're brand new, coming in, how do I begin? All that stuff is available for you for free. So if you really want to look for an opportunity that you could learn and grow at the same time, that you're in business for yourself but not by yourself, you got it right here. And so since I made the trip out here in Malaysia, what I like to do is, besides sharing the concept with you guys, I think it's important for us to get the right perception. Because oftentimes, how we look at something, whether it influence into action or not, is our perception. Because our perception will influence our behavior. Our behavior will influence the result, the action, the result that you're going to gain from the business. So what I'd like to do at this point is, I'd like to share with you quickly how you can jumpstart your business. Is that all right with you? We'll talk briefly about that. Is it okay? Would you like to learn how to do that?
Yes.
So we got all the concepts. What do you have to do to this? And I would say this. How many heard the saying that says, a closed mouth never gets fed? Okay? So we are in the sharing economy. Meaning when you share, either someone want to become an entrepreneur or someone want to become a customer. That's what you have to do. But the reason why I took time to explain the model for you, so that when you are sharing, you're sharing from the right space. You're not, hey, you're going to join me now. You're going to join me in this business, direct marketing, da-di-da-di-da. No. You have to have the right perception of what this business model is. So when you are sharing, the first thing I would suggest you to do is that this is a moment for you to really quiet down and think of what is it you want to achieve in your life, at this point in your life, in your business. If you can rewrite history, if you can, from this moment, to think about what are some of the things that inspire you. What were some of your dreams that you've given up? What were they? So this is a time for us to spark that. You know why is that important? Because when you have a vision of what is you want to manifest, that vision is first. A lot of times when people want to fire up their dream, they think about, look at my circumstances. How I can be successful. I have no money. Forget all that for a second. Put all that down. Trust me. You want to put all that down, because after you create the vision of what you want, If it still doesn't work for you, you can go claim back the things that doesn't serve you. But who would want to do that? Are you guys with me so far? If there's something, if there's a magic wand that says, look at wherever you've been, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. If today's a brand new day, you could rewrite your wish. You could rewrite a new plan for your life. What might it be? Just give yourself that chance. Give yourself that window to write it down. 31 years ago, when I was downsized, when I got laid off, I really didn't know how to make my car payment. I didn't know how to make my house payment. And I have a college degree. And I'm like, how did I get myself into that situation? You know, in America, back in those days, they give us this plastic card called what? Credit card. You spend before you even make that money. How many have had that issue in Malaysia? I remember American Express will always advertise, don't leave home without it. Do you guys have that in Malaysia? I tell you what, there'd been a point in my life, American Express will call me and says, Miss Hui, please, leave home without it. So I was like, how did I get myself into that situation? So I went to a training, and the trainer says, you know, write down what is it you want. And my logical mind at that time is like, I'm broke. I have a college degree. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for another job. I don't know. I mean, what dream do I have? But sometimes you have to dig deep. I remember saying, you know what? I'm going to remove all those things that bound me, all the belief systems, all the conditioning that no longer serve me. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to go into a new space. I'm going to write down the things I want. Maybe the homes I want to live, the bling bling I want to have, the designer handbags, the clothing, whatever. That just write it down. Because after write it down, if you don't like it, you can claim back the old stuff. But I suggest you don't. Because the old stuff don't serve you anymore. So write down all that stuff. The next thing is feeling. How it would feel when you have the stuff that you're dreaming of. I remember, you know, back in the days, 31 years ago, when I became an entrepreneur, every weekend I will hike back in those days, I live in an area called, well, anyway, you don't need to know that, but I would go hike in an area called South Pasadena, which is like really posh area. I remember I would get lost in those neighborhoods for 3, 4, 5 hours, just walking around the neighborhood. I just want to soak in that energy. I remember my mom and dad at that time saying, you know what? The number 2 is daydreaming again. She's gone. And you know, when I was walking in that neighborhood, I look at the car pulling out, I look at the dude in that car, I say, he doesn't look as good as me. If he can live in his home, so can I. So I train myself in a space. I imagine what it feels like to have the things I want. So in that of itself is a journey. But when you feel it, the frequency, when you're able to feel that, you're able to match the money frequency. And then you got to be willing then to work it. To work it, what does it take? Share. You know, and maybe the way in which you share in the beginning kind of didn't do it right, and your friends laugh at you, they say no to you, what do? Some people would stop. And they would choose to go back and claim all the stuff that didn't belong to them no more. That no longer served them, but they chose to go back to their comfort zone. I refuse to go back in the comfort zone. I told myself I will never, ever be fired. Never again. I spent 10 years of my life working for somebody just to be fired and be broke. I said, I refuse to work another 10 years of my life to be fired again. I said, what are the odds? If I can give 10 years of my life working for somebody, I can certainly give 10 years of my life building my dreams. How many can relate to that? How many can have it in you to do that? So if you know what this is, I just shared with you what this new business model is, what the concept, what the principle, the pillars are. If you knew that virtue, why are you afraid to share it? So you just go talk to people. Remember, this is when you're going out there to share with people, it's entirely a numbers game. What do I mean by that? If you look at a deck of cards, how many cards in a deck? 51, 52, right? 52 cards. In a deck of 52 cards, how many aces are there? 4. So let's just say that if you are looking for ace and you flip that card, let's say the first 10 cards, you don't get an ace. But know that 4 A's are in that deck. Same thing. In this business, it might take the first 20 people who say no to you. Maybe your number 21st one will go, that's a yes. I remember 31 years ago, I brought 6 people to the meeting, 6 people to give me face. They signed up. Well, I invited, I thought I had like 30 people would show up, but 6 people showed up. 6 people signed up. Guess what happened next week? All 6 canceled. I went to my sponsor. I said, you know what? I think I need to quit this. This is business not for me. He says, why? I said, all the people I enrolled, they quit. They don't even return my phone calls. He says, no, Kim, you are destined for this industry. I might say, what? He goes, you are destined. I said, what do you mean? He says, if you have not gone through it, how would you have the compassion in the future to share with other people? Now, at that time, 31 years ago, I thought I was a used car salesman. I'm like, you're trying to sell this a bill of goods. You're trying to keep me in the game. But I could tell you, 31 years later, he was right. If you haven't gone through that path, how would you have the compassion to understand what people are going through? When people are coming to you, say, you know, I'm trying, I've tried, I haven't. You know what? Maybe it's the method in which you approach people. Maybe it's in your persona, how you perceive your business, how this is coming out of you. So the point I'm trying to make is that you be proud and have confidence on what this is. I took an extra 15-20 minutes to show you the PowerPoint so you understand and having the right perception of what this business model is. And then write down your dreams. What is it? If you could relive your life, if you have a brand new bill, wherever that might be, if your past had died already, past died, what if it broke, not working, died? It's a new you. How would you want to live your life? What is it you want? And then feel it, what it feels like to live in those homes. I used to have a storybook, a vision book, a storyboard. I would clip magazines. It doesn't have to be fancy homes, like, maybe a little kitchen with plans and stuff. That kind of calls my heart and soul. I would clip that and I put it in my vision board. And then maybe a really nice bedroom and I would clip that and that's what I want. And so when I'm down and out, I'll look at the things that I want. Those things feed me, feed my soul, feed my energy. And then it gives me the drive to talk to another person, just like a deck of cards. In this business, you will get no's. The 6 people that said no to me, if I had stopped, I won't be here in Malaysia sharing with you. I would have quit the industry entirely. But I went at it, and I went at it. And in closing, I want to share this with you. I have, how many of you would like to know how this $1 billion, the last 14 years, we built a brand of $14 billion US. How many of you would like to know how many people I sponsored? I sponsored less than 100 people in 14 years. Of 100 people I've sponsored, I think 80, I don't know, it's like less than 100 people. Of 100 people I sponsored, guess how many people are working? 20. When I say working, they're on the product, on and off. Of all the 20 people that are on the product, on and off, you know how many people are really building the business? 6. From 6 people, that business went to 159 countries and territories. It went to tens of millions of customers, maybe hundreds of millions. Because to do 14 billion, you have a lot of users. Now, it sounds really cool, right? 6 people build $1 billion brand. But did you know how many people I've spoken to the last 14 years to have 6 people working? Thousands. I have talked to thousands of people. I have been laughed at. People call me crazy. You're a crazy dreamer. You think you're going to be a multi-millionaire? Why don't you just get a job? Oh, look at her. She's dreaming again. I get all that. But I'm still standing. Who has the ultimate laugh? Some of my friends that laughed at me, they are still stuck in a job. It's all by choices, guys. Opportunities in front of you. Gotta write down. Absolutely. And folks, this is so weird. for you to be sitting in an opportunity when we're just starting out in Malaysia. Think about this. I have seen what Malaysia could do. I have seen what Asia can do. This is such a new beginning. Such a new beginning. Imagine, 5 years go by. You could either say, you know what? I am so glad that I made a decision. I'm part of this global movement. Or you could say, I wish I could have. So the choice is up to you. And in short, in general, there's 3 types of people. First type of people that go make things happen. They go create things, go create, together we go create things. Second type of people, they watch things happen. Third type of people, they don't know what happened. So which type are you? Opportunities are never lost. If you don't grab it, it simply went to someone else. So I hope that my 31 years of journey, a little brief sharing helps you. The person that invited you here, we have a whole system in place. We have a wild book. They can walk you through in the wild book. All the tools are in place. Then they can schedule a meeting with you on a roadmap. Tell them what is the little target you want to hit in 30 days, and they will show you the science, the numbers, a roadmap how to get there by leveraging the tools. And the product, guys, I don't care if you do the business or not, I hope you use them. And I pray that the gentleman that had little incidents, I hope he's okay. I hope we get on the product. Life is so precious. I lost my mom a couple of years ago. And I only wish my mom had the blessing to really experience our product. My dad, now 98 years old, is living at one of my homes, and I hire a full-time caregiver for him. And every morning he asks for Vitality. And every night, give me the green thing. The green thing that helps me go to the bathroom. So, I mean, it's remarkable. All my 31 years, never ever did my dad ask me for product. In this company, my father every single day asked the caregiver to give me the product. So I do hope that the little sharing helps you. It inspires you, not from the outside. It inspires you from the inside. The platform is here, the tools are here, the people are here. I mean, think about this. I mean, at age 59 years old, when you're blessed with all the money, I have houses, land, bling blings, I don't even wear them anymore. And coming back out to work. Why? It truly was a calling to come back out. And I'm so grateful to be surrounded by a group of beautiful human beings. You heard from Selena, you heard from Kina, you heard from, we have Datuk, we have Donggu, we have Donggu, Datuk, Dansari, Datuk Sri. I have all these like royals in the business. And that's in Malaysia. If you go to Indonesia, we have a lot of social influencers, movie stars that are doing their part of this global movement. So anyway, I hope I talk enough, and I really hope that inspire you to do something. And last but not least, I want to give a big thanks to our general manager and his staff for putting up this event. And in each and every event, they're tirelessly keeping this together. Can we give a big round to Kim Hui, our general manager and his staff? Thank you so very much. So, I don't know how many stops I have done. So after tonight we're going to go to Malacca. After Malacca, I'm going to go to Ipoh, I'm going to go to Penang. I'm going to go to Taipei, Taichung, Tainan. And on September 26th, a month later, I get to go home. So with that, thank you for gracing us with your presence. It's been an honor of mine to be in your presence. Thank you so very much. Thank you.